Hello everyone, it's Rita here, and thank you for stopping by my channel. Today I'm working on the Wait Till Spring journal, junk journal, and this is the cover of that journal. I worked on this quite a bit right after Christmas and, through those days, the beginning of January, and just wanted it to be as springy as I could get it. So let me go over a little bit with you. These are what is called yo-yos, and I stitched all around inside, with different stitches on the yo-yos. And then at the end then I made a stem, and at the end I made something that looked like a flower pot. Now not all of them you can see the flower pot anymore because I stitched over them with something else. Like here is a pot, but it's got a bird at the bottom. Here is a pot, but then I put this little birdhouse there. But you get the idea. So it's just random. These little birds I printed on fabric from I'm not sure whose kit, but anyway, I printed those and then I stitched all around, and then I did some heavier stitching in their wings and breast area here. The same with the butterflies. I cut the butterflies out. I printed them and cut them and then stitched them on here, and then I did on this, I don't know if you can see it, but on this one I did these little tiny seed stitches, and there's little stitches everywhere. This is from a vintage quilt that I had. This is from a friend of mine, Sharon, who gave me several motifs like this that either she had worked on, her mother worked on. There is pieces of doily, I think. This over here is a what do you call it? I don't want to say napkin. It's not. It's a hanky. Gosh, I couldn't think of it. A handkerchief, and I used the edge of that, and that was given to me by another friend, Pat, and it was her mother's. And so there's a lot of little things. Here's another applique of from a doily that I picked up, and the little vintage buttons everywhere. And this one I stitched a little flower inside of that button. Now I was mentioning about doing something on Sundays, just do a little of my stitching, and so I could do, maybe I could show you how to do these buttons, or I could show you, how I printed these and cut them out, even make a yo-yo. So I don't know what I would do necessarily, but whatever it is that I'm working on or, want to do. So then around here, this was all stitched on felt, a piece of felt that you get at the Hobby Lobby or dollar store or whatever. It's like 12 by 9. Let me see. Yeah. And so it's a perfect size for a journal cover. And then I added fabric to the back, and I turned that over on the edge and stitched it all down so it looks like a binding. Okay, so now I've got this part ready, and I mean I've done this one, something like this before, but I'm going to try something different on this one. I did not put a closure yet. I can always stitch a closure that comes over, but I really didn't have another place for another button. I just felt like I didn't, I could put a button over here, but that would be quite a ways to close it. So I may just do a wrap around. There's no real place on here that would disturb the look of the front of the journal. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I have my signatures pretty much ready. I don't think I need any more pages. I hope not. So those are all ready, and these are all out of one book. All these pages are from book page. The only thing I added a piece of coffee. Oh, look at when I stenciled my or I was coffee dyeing my little chair bench. I laid it on this piece of coffee dyed paper, and I got this cute little image there. And then I put napkins and just some oddball kind of decorations. Plus, I have tons of ephemera to put in it. So I think I have enough papers in it. If I need paper, if I need to add a sheet, I will just attach it as a flip on the side and go in like that. Or I've done it where I've attached it here and it goes in this way and folds out. Okay, so now the hard part is getting the spine. Okay, I didn't want to put cardboard. I have a piece of cardboard that I could use that's nice and thick, but I know that when you close it, you get this rigid edge, and I didn't really want that. I really wanted it to feel kind of like a pouch would feel, you know, if you were making a pouch. This would have been cute as a pouch. That's like Roxy just did. Oh, it doesn't want to bend. Anyway, okay, so I took another piece of fabric of this fabric here, and I did tea dye this as well as this one. And I'm going to use this as my spine. I covered it on this side with Heat and Bond, and I think that it'll be plenty sturdy. But what I need to do is cut it to fit. So I'm just going to turn it this way because I can see better when I'm looking at the fabric for some reason. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to line this up on my grid. Now, it is not necessary to do that, but if you're a beginner, you might want to have a grid to line it up. And then I've got this line here and this line here. And you make sure that that is, running down one of your grids. And the best thing too is if you have a ruler, like, let me move this up. Okay, so now, even if you just have this along here, this dark spot, you can cut this straight. You don't even need to use the lines. Okay, so I should stand up because it's much easier standing up. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me stand up. I don't know if I can do it standing up either. Because you need a little pressure when you're cutting. See, that was better. Okay, so now depending on how wide, now we know this is a straight edge. So I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to put it on one of my marks. And I think we'll do 4 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Put this down here like so. Get it all lined up so you get a straight edge. And then you put your front finger, index finger on the top, and you kind of hold it at 45 degrees. Not like this and not like that, but just at an angle. And do it across. And then don't move your ruler until you know that this has come off. So you could do it again, just in case if it doesn't move away. Because if you move the ruler, then you obviously cannot get a straight line again to cut. It'll be all jaggedy. Okay, now the only part left is to find out how long. So I'm just going to kind of mark it. I was worried about this, you know, matching and all that, but I don't think it matters because, let's see. Yeah, these are going the same direction, so we'll make this the top up here. So I'm just going to mark top right there so I remember. All right, and then I'm just going to mark there and down here. And I'm going to cut those straight. I think I can do this sitting down because I have nice straight lines here on both sides. So now all I have to do is line it up to one of my marks on my ruler. And it'll go straight across. So it doesn't even matter if your paper's sitting like this, as long as your ruler mark is down the edge of your fabric or paper or whatever you're cutting, it'll come out straight, just like that. Okay. I'm not going to take the paper off because I'm going to use this. No, I think I'm going to actually use this to mark my spaces. So this is the top. So what I'm going to do is fold this in half. Right there. And I'm going to mark that. Or you could do your ruler and do 2 inches, which would be easier. Okay. And then I'm going to mark down that. And all this can be ironed off after you get your holes punched, if you want. Okay. And then I'm going to go, if I go, that's an 1/8. No, that's a 1/4. I don't know if I want it that far apart. That's a 1/2 inch. And this would be 3/8. So let's just go 3/8. I think I like that distance. Turn it around so I can get a 3/8 on this side. This ruler is very difficult to read it, so I hope you're not trying to, because it's made for something special. I don't remember what. Okay, so there's our 3 lines. Now we have to do our center dots. So that's kind of the center there. So we'll do a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here. And then we'll come down if I do 1 inch, yeah, that's probably good. I'll put a dot here, and a dot here. 1 inch on this end. This is a, what they call, I guess, a hidden spine. It's not sewn through the back of the journal. And I don't want the lines to be on this. I don't want lines on this cover. Okay, so that's that. Close my blade before I cut myself. I don't know if I want to save these scraps. Maybe that one is big enough. I'm freezing. I'm so sick of cold weather. All right, so now we don't have to worry about this on here yet because we're just going to punch these holes. So what I'm going to do is get my little book out. I'm going to get my awl or pokey or whatever. And I am going to get I don't know, maybe I need to make a cardboard or something to mark my little spots, which it's not big enough. All right. You know, I wanted to try something that I saw. Now this was not on anybody's channel. I mean, it was on somebody's channel, but I don't know who. And it was not about making journals. It was about actually making books. And I thought it was a cool idea. And what they do is, I think everything is probably lined up. So what they do is, I wonder if I could do it this way. They lay it flat. Okay, hold on. I've got to measure. That's the top. I've never done this before, so hopefully you guys will be a little... Okay, so if I put that there and this one goes on this one, so that's going to come to the edge. How am I going to know if it's centered? I don't know. She must have just did one signature, I bet. Because I can't see that. That would make me nervous. All right. Okay, that. I don't know what I do with the... What happened to my mark, you guys? Did I not just mark it? Oh. I'm glad you guys are just okay with me. All right, that's the top. And this is actually the bottom, right where it is. So that's the top. Whoops. Forgot to put my little marks. Okay. Move these out of the way. Okay, so here's my top. That's the bottom. And then I'm going to poke this, and it should go straight through. Okay. And see, she sewed it at the same time. I don't need this stuff anymore. See, she sewed it at the same time. But I don't want that sewn down the middle. No. So what she did actually was she turned it over. I'm gonna lose my dots. I may not be able to do this, you guys. I just thought it was kind of a cool concept. Yes, I want this. I want it sewn on that way. I need to poke holes into this as well. Darn. Can't see the actually I can just go this way, can't I? Now I got these out of whack. So the next ones I'm gonna have to make sure that I get them lined up. That's lined up. All right, that's lined up. So this has to be on the outside. Let me get some thread. I didn't even get thread out. I just didn't even think about this. That's not unusual. How much time have I spent? Okay. I wonder if I want to use a color instead. Maybe, see how gold would look. Yeah, I think gold would look nice, actually. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3. All right. So from what I gather, this is the top. I mean, that's the right. Slightly off. Am I doing this right? No, I've got to go. You know what? I can't do this. Can I? I don't know. It was it was so cool how she did it without, folding them. You know, she just laid it flat. can watch the video again another time. Okay. It's the top. Me and my bright ideas. Right. Okay. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want it to be a soft cover. I didn't want it to be a book. I started off with it being a book, but I am doing the center of this first. I usually don't do that. The center holes. I usually do one side or the other. The key is you have to go straight down. Okay. Right. Kind of hard when there's a film around it. Okay. So now I've got the holes in that book. Pretty thick. I'm going to check that because it didn't look right. No. That's the top. Everything kind of tied in there. It's hard to tell if I went all the way through. because I have this cloth also in the spine on each page because I want to make sure that they were strong enough. Okay. Okay, I should have just put on pause so you guys wouldn't have to watch all this. I'll do this one and then I'll pause it and do the third, because this way you can see how it works. If this is something that we think will work, you know. Okay, and then I'm going to go through the center of that there, come down, and we'll come back up here. Feeling my head is probably right in the camera. It's got to get there to. It's a little harder to unfloss to keep it from splitting the thread, obviously. Yeah, that worked out okay. Sure, that's all good. Looks kind of awkward because it's fabric, you know, it's all flimsy. And I think I'm going to try to, well, I'll probably glue it, but I also think I'll try, I hope that's not in upside down. Please. No. Okay. This part, I thought inside the journal, I can iron this down. And then I'm going to put, not that trim. I'm going to put some of this trim along that edge when I get that far. Alrighty. So let's get the next one, and I'm going to put you on pause while I do this next one. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. My camera also ran out of battery. So I've got these all sewn in like that, and here's the fabric. Now what I'm going to do, put you on pause again, and I'm going to go in and glue this part, and then I'll press this part down so that it will open and close. I think that'll work. I hope. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to find the center of this so that I'll just put a little clip right there, and that way I'll know where to set this inside. Okay, so I'm gonna let the phone charge up a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I have ironed all this fabric down here, and also on this side. It's a little bumpy, but I think it will work its way out. I don't know. Anyway, it lays nice and flat. So that, to me, is very important. This is where these go. Everything was falling out on me. It's just a tuck there. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. And I'll probably cut these. I just leave them long just in case. You never know what I want to do. But they're all down pretty much in the center. That's what was so hard to get through. I couldn't figure it out. It was the doily I had put in there. And then we'll go on to the next signature. And that's all in there. And it just feels really nice. It feels, to hold it, to journal in it, I think it's going to be very nice. Now, we have to cover these pages so you can journal in it. And that's going to take some time, but we'll get it done here. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate you joining me. And hopefully you can try this little process yourself. I think maybe even using regular paper will be easier, but I like the fact that I can lay it flat and get my holes all lined up instead of trying to dig in. And like I said, she did the whole thing at one time. Actually, I think, yeah, I'm trying to think. I think she went straight through the book pages and into the spine. Into the, you know, had it up completely open and went straight down. So anyway, it's just a thought. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I got things to go do, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.